Pagi kumahaw. Sayo boy, City boy. Tadi orang setamu ya situ. City, asal tak kapino? City ay, City na. Nay, mura mo babae City. Betul kumahaw kri. Ha? Kalau kau nak coba. Mana ini? Taruh dah, boy. Apa baru ini? Tahu minum ni, non. Tahu. Yang minum rapu pasal itu. Ha?
I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but there's this beating sound of music in the distance. One of the big forms of entertainment is karaoke. They have these big speaker systems. They're not really that expensive at all, really. But a lot of people use them for the karaoke and they play their music through them as well. So sometimes you'll hear just loud beating the music and all hours of the night. Yesterday it began at even at 4 a.m. Sometimes they'll go on past midnight even. This is the house and the motorbike. Somebody, a foreigner, was nice enough to buy that for them. Not people here typically can't just afford it on their own, or they have to borrow. There's a co-op they belong to that loans the money for things such as the house and house repairs, and they struggle every month to make the payments to the co-op, pay for the house and the repairs. And you can see the bananas on the tree there. There are other trees around, coconuts, mangoes, which are not, the mango tree isn't quite grown yet. But, yeah, let's back around to the side of the house, where it came from. But you've seen it, and that's the pathway to the CR over there. And that's the house they used to live in. I don't think that house is even, maybe it's 8 by 8. I was thinking it was 10 by 10. It's a single room. When they got this house, they literally carried this house over here so their uncle could have a place to stay. And all of them, that's on the video with Ravina, she was talking about how they slept in that house and how they would get wet when it rained, and they'd have to hold on to the rafters or sometimes even climb up in the rafters to keep from getting wet. And I guess it's just a single room, and all of them were in that one single room. I don't know if we can even get an idea how small it is. It's literally just one square. Well, that cookette's right next to it. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Jeffrey. Other little attachment. That's something separate that was added on. That house, the roof leaks, so when it rains, that little room, the single room house, it floods. And you can see the neighbors in the distance, and they're all pretty close by, just here and there. The other neighbors, they own what's called a sari store over there, which is like a little market. You can get all kinds of little things, even sodas. They charge a deposit for bottles. They use glass bottles a lot, which is kind of good. Recycle. There's a lot of stuff in the kitchen here on the table, stuff that I had bought or brought with me. Found out some of it I couldn't use. Milk here is not sold like it is in America. This sits on a shelf, unrefrigerated, because it's heavily pasteurized. So so it can last for, I don't know, probably long periods of time. This one has an expiration date that is, it's March, and this expires in August. So when they buy milk, it's never refrigerated. It's either powdered milk or this heavily pasteurized milk that sits on a shelf. If you're lucky enough to have a refrigerator, then you can refrigerate it. If not, you gotta use it quickly. And then the oats I bought and other items, like tea and stuff that's on the table, it's all stuff I brought with me. Because when I first got here, I thought I was going to be in a different place. Thought I'd have access to more things. But that's okay, things turned out alright. And this is the kitchen, and the drain pipe you saw outside. There's no trap on the kitchen sink. There's no running water, it's just a sink that they use to wash things in. And it just drains directly outside. Like I said, there's no trap. And someone bought the little water cooler for them, another foreign friend, and a rice cooker, but the rice cooker doesn't work. I thought about trying to get another one for them later. And most of the stuff you see in here was somebody had bought for them. Otherwise, they wouldn't even have these items. Like so there's a good bottle of Coke. It's 1 liter. I think that they charge a deposit for the bottles. There's a lot of glass that's used and recycled here, and that's a good thing. And this is what you'd call the dining area. This area and the living room are the only ones that are on the ground level. The rest of the house is raised. There's only 2 rooms that are raised. There's 4 rooms total. This one and the what you call the living room, and they are basically just on a slab. Leads outside. You can call this the back door if you want, and then the living room is where the front door is. And then once you go into the 2 rooms, you're off the ground level, and everybody sleeps pretty much in these rooms here, a bit in the living room. There's a big step there, no stairs. It's about a 2 foot, maybe 18 inches, no, 2 feet step down past their grandmother, and she is blind, but she makes her way. And furniture, which is really not expensive here, but they can't afford it. I end up giving them this furniture that you see here. It was new. I think for this and the bunk bed, this wasn't that much, under a few $100s even. So money I had saved for the trip I used, so that be.